Days of Our Lives next 2 weeks. Eric attacks EJ, Gabi's torn heart, Sarah's plea, and Brady's surprise hero. Days of Our Lives, DOL. Spoilers for the next 2 weeks, September 23 to October 4, reveal that Jeddah hunter Elia Cantu will witness Connie Viniski, Julie Dove, at her craziest as she fights to take her into custody. During the week of September 23 to 27, Gabi Hernandez de Mira, Sherry Jimenez, will also have a torn heart. We'll see Gabi filled with gratitude over EJ Dimera's Dan Furigal rescue, but she'll also long for Stefan Demira, Brandon Varash, and how things used to be. After Iva Vitali, Tamara Braun thanks Stefan and tends to his wounded arm. Stefan will find out the news about EJ saving Gabi from the explosion. The result will be Stefan and Gabi's warm embrace at her hospital bedside, so day spoilers say there'll be complex feelings. Later, EJ will get under Eric Brady's, Greg Vaughn, skin when it comes to Holly Jonas, Ashley Puzmas, since he's her new favorite former stepdad. As the conflict escalates, Eric will attack EJ and turn this into a physical fight, but they'll settle down eventually. As for Holly, she'll spot Tate Black, Leo Howard, and Sophia Choi, Madeline Kantz, looking a little too close for comfort. Day spoilers say that could set Holly off, but she won't let it distract her from her goal of scoring evidence to bring Brady Black, Eric Martsolf down. It looks like Tate will catch Holly searching for any kind of incriminating proof she might find, so that'll give him a reason to lash out too. Although Sarah Kyriakis, Lindsay Godfrey, will deliver a heartfelt plea to Xander Kyriakis, Paul Telfer, and push him to stop plotting revenge on Brady, Xander will hire a henchman, Brian D. Cohen, to carry out a new scheme anyway. Day spoilers suggest Brady will get drugged as part of Xander's plan, which will involve making Brady shoot himself, or at least making it look that way. Fortunately, Brady will live to tell the tale thanks to Jeddah hunter Elia Cantu, somehow ruining Xander's plans. Jada will become Brady's surprise hero, while Sarah ultimately makes a confession to Fiona Cook, Serena Scott Thomas. Sarah will spill something she recalls from the night of the accident, so will she admit to remembering Fiona was behind the wheel. As for Body and Soul, their new photo shoot will get a little too spicy, at least from Johnny Dimera's, Carson Boatman, perspective. Johnny won't like witnessing all the hot moments between Chanel Dimera, Raven Bowens, and Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, so he'll plot behind his wife's back and push Leo Stark, Greg Reichardt, to rewrite a love scene. That move will infuriate Chanel and blow up in Johnny's face, so these two are about to have quite a confrontation. A showdown will play out for Bonnie Kyriakis, Judy Evans, and Hattie Adams, Dieter Hall, too, since they'll physically fight after arriving at the photo shoot in the same dress. During the week of September 30 October 4, Abigail DeMera, Anna Lynn McCord will have to keep remembering more about Abby's life. That'll bring more opportunities to trip herself up, but Abigail will do her best to sell the story to Chad DeMera, Billy Flynn. However, DOL fans know Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, isn't going to let this go, so he may seek some help from John Black, Drake Hodgeston, to expose Abigail as a fraud. Kristen DeMera, Stacey Haydock, could pose a threat to Abigail, and Mark Green's Jonah Robinson plan as well, since she's convinced heartbreak is brewing for Chad. Although Kristen and Chad may not have a perfect relationship, she's still going to look out for her brother, and our predictions hint that could lead to trouble for Abigail. Days of Our Lives spoilers say the next 2 weeks will bring some tight spots, so stay tuned for updates on all the drama. The winds of change are blowing through Salem once again, leaving a whirlwind of emotions, betrayals, and shocking revelations in their wake. The next 2 weeks promise to shake up the lives of our favorite characters in ways none of them saw coming. Buckle up for a roller coaster of drama as love, vengeance, and desperation take center stage. Eric's fury unleashed. It begins with Eric Brady, whose simmering rage against E.J. Dimera is about to boil over. After months of keeping his resentment in check, Eric finally reaches his breaking point. E.J.'s smug demeanor, coupled with the escalating tensions surrounding Nicole and the baby she's carrying, pushes Eric to a dark place. E.J., as usual, has been taunting Eric at every turn, manipulating the situation to his advantage, flaunting his control over Nicole, and subtly reminding Eric of all the mistakes he's made. Eric's deep-seated frustration with E.J.'s continual interference in his life explodes in an unexpected confrontation at the Dimera mansion. Fueled by a mix of jealousy and protectiveness over Nicole, Eric storms in, accusing E.J. of playing puppet master with Nicole's emotions. As tempers flare, punches are thrown, and what starts as a heated argument turns into a full-blown fight. E.J., never one to back down, gives as good as he gets, but Eric's rage is unstoppable. The physical altercation leaves both men battered and bruised, but the emotional scars are far worse. The aftermath of this attack will have ripple effects throughout Salem, leaving Nicole caught in the crossfire as she's forced to choose between the two men. Gabi's torn heart. Meanwhile, Gabi Hernandez finds herself trapped in a web of conflicting emotions. She has been riding high on her love for Stefan Dimera, but things take an unexpected turn when old feelings for her ex, Eli Grant, resurface. It all starts innocently enough. Eli returns to Salem for a brief visit, and the two cross paths at an event. There's a spark, a lingering chemistry that neither can deny, even as they try to pretend it doesn't exist. As Stefan senses the growing connection between Gabi and Eli, his insecurities bubble to the surface. Gabi, torn between her passionate love for Stefan and the nostalgia of what she shared with Eli, finds herself questioning everything. Is her heart truly with Stefan, or is there still a part of her that belongs to Eli? The tension escalates as Eli decides to extend his stay in Salem, leaving Gabi to wrestle with her emotions. Her once solid relationship with Stefan now feels uncertain, and she's faced with a gut-wrenching choice. The love triangle that emerges will force Gabi to confront her deepest desires and make a decision that could change the course of her future. Sarah's desperate plea. Across town, Sarah Horton is facing a crisis of her own. After the shocking revelation that her baby with Xander Kyriakis is still alive, Sarah has been reeling from the emotional roller coaster. The weight of her secret, combined with her guilt over keeping it from Xander, becomes unbearable. Sarah knows that Xander has the right to know about their child, but she fears the consequences. Will Xander forgive her for hiding the truth? Or will this revelation shatter whatever remains of their fractured relationship? In a moment of desperation, Sarah turns to Maggie for advice, pleading with her mother for guidance. Maggie, ever the voice of reason, urges Sarah to tell Xander the truth, no matter how difficult it may be. But Sarah is terrified. What if Xander's reaction is one of anger and betrayal? What if this news pushes him away for good? Torn between her fear and her love for Xander, Sarah makes a heartfelt plea for understanding. The coming days will test the strength of her resolve and force her to confront the consequences of her actions. The truth, once revealed, will have a profound impact not just on Sarah and Xander, but on the entire Kyriakis family. Brady's surprise hero moment. As these personal dramas unfold, Brady Black finds himself thrust into an unexpected position of heroism. In the midst of his ongoing struggle with Kristen Dimera over custody of their daughter Rachel, Brady stumbles upon a dangerous situation that requires his immediate action. While walking through the town square late one evening, Brady overhears a commotion in a nearby alley. As he investigates, he discovers a young woman being accosted by a masked assailant. Without hesitation, Brady leaps into action, confronting the attacker and managing to subdue him, saving the woman from harm. The incident, while harrowing, also brings Brady a sense of clarity. In that moment, he realizes how much he has been consumed by his battles with Kristen and the toll it's taken on his sense of self. Saving the woman reminds him of who he truly is, a protector, someone who stands up for what's right, even in the face of danger.